Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and the Russian probe has blown up into all-out warfare. Not only that, but the globalists has upped their attack and are physically and actively going after patriots in support of Donald Trump or who are speaking truth, accusing anyone of being a dang Russian agent. Take this clip for example. Here we have Adam Schiff saying Fox News Tucker Carlson is a Russian agent. Take a look.
Okay, you're not, you know what, you're dodging.
And Tucker,
no, look and say, I know they did. John Podesta's email, they hacked
and
those.
I think that Ronald Reagan will be rolling over
Ronald
his
Reagan,
grave
fine. Ronald Reagan,
at your carrying water for the Kremlin.
I'm not carrying water for the... you're a sitting member of Congress on the Intel Committee, and you can't say they hacked...
You're gonna have to move your show to RT Russian television because...
You know what?
Not my words, but real idiotic if you ask me. Not only that, but here is John McCain, who I can't stand, sorry for that, but needless to say, here is John McCain making the statement that, well, Rand Paul is a Russian agent. Take a look.
If there's objection, you are achieving the objectives of Vladimir Putin. You're achieving the objectives of trying to dismember this small country that has already been the subject of attempted coup. I have no idea why anyone would object to this, except that I will say, if they object, they are now carrying out the desires and ambitions of Vladimir Putin, and I do not say that lightly.
Mr. President? Senator from Kentucky.
I object.
Objection is heard.
Mr. President, I note the senator from Kentucky leaving the floor. The only conclusion you can draw when he walks away is he has no argument to be made. He has no justification for his objection to having a small nation be part of NATO that is under assault from the Russians. So I repeat again, the senator from Kentucky is now working for Vladimir Putin.
You know, here's what ticks me off, is John McCain himself requested money from the Kremlin, from Russia. There is a letter, I'll throw it up on the screen here, in which he asked for money to run for president. That is against the law, Mr. McCain. You are a Russian agent when you're asking money directly from an organization. Well, because he got denied that money, ergo, the letter reads, you are denied and we don't mess in or interfere in elections. That was the letter written to John McCain from Russia there, proving that the real Russian agent is John McCain himself. Yet, he goes around accusing other people because they disagree with whatever's on his platform that they are Russian agent. Is that really what we've boiled down to? You're against me, so you're a Russian agent. Okay, so instead of saying you're a racist, and calling everybody a racist, because that's not truly working, is it, left? Well, now their new game is let's call you a Russian spy. You're a Russian spy. You're a Russian spy. It's like you have neighbor turning against neighbor and everybody calling anyone else a Russian freaking spy with no evidence whatsoever. Did John McCain give any evidence for Rand Paul there? Hell no, he didn't. Did Tucker Carlson have any evidence provided by Adam Schiff? No, he didn't either. Yet this is exactly what we have going on. Not to mention the countless things and the countless leftist ploys to say Donald Trump's a Russian agent and he should be impeached. Well, check out this latest clip.
If we discover that Donald Trump or his advocates played a role in helping to devise strategy, if they're the ones who came up with crooked Hillary, if they're the ones who came up with she's ill, something's wrong with her energy, and the way that he basically, described her in the campaign, I think that is something that would put the question squarely on the table whether or not he should be impeached.
Yeah, there's Miss Maxine Waters for you saying, let's impeach Donald Trump because if we find out he messed with the election and said Hillary was sick, or if he said that, if he made this or that statement about Hillary, he should be impeached. Well, Maxine Waters, let me remind you, it was her idea to come up with the Donald Duck fiasco in detail. So to sit there and accuse Mr. Trump of doing something that your own flippin' candidate did, well, you got another thing coming. But that's not all. Check out this report from the Washington Post. This came out just a few moments ago. The committee probing the Russian scandal has erupted into all-out warfare. Things are getting crazy as it sits. The report goes on to detail, and this was by Paul Waldman, but there's a war in the House Intelligence Committee over the unfolding Russia scandal. Really? Well, he says, in a weird way, the evident desire of the chairman of that committee to protect President Trump may only be increasing Trump's problems. Well, okay. It goes on to state, new developments came in today in the saga when Intel Committee Chairman Devin Nunes and Ranking Democrat Adam Schiff, seems to be two key players, held dueling news conferences, which I'm sure many of you saw. Nunes took what appeared to be new steps to shield the committee's investigation into Russia meddling and possible collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign from public view, and Schiff issued some scalding criticism of Nunesism that has really pushed hostiles to a higher level. Now, the report goes on to detail some of the things that you've already heard about the ongoing Russia investigation, how Donald Trump was vindicated, if you will, based off Nunes' conference saying that basically they were listening in on the president, which you already know. The NSA and the CIA both are listening to pretty much every American. That came out in Edward Snowden and in WikiLeaks, and you can guarantee they are specifically honing in on Donald Trump. That alone is enough evidence, but it's way above and beyond that. But Donald Trump even stated that he was partially vindicated, if you will, and I agree wholeheartedly. Now, it also goes on to detail that Paul Manafort has agreed to testify before the committee. It also states that Nunes announced he was canceling a hearing for Monday that was to include 3 former Obama admins. Obama admins in this meeting. I wonder why. But it was canceled because basically they wanted their public hearing behind closed doors with Comey, the NSA director, Mike Rogers, probably to, I don't know, have some secret dealings from behind the doors. What else is it about? Needless to say, that is what is happening. It's getting crazy. And look, the left is doing everything they can to stop Devin Nunes from doing what he's doing, his job, along with everybody else. But there is so much at stake on the table. They want Donald Trump gone. They want his cabinet members gone. Why? Let me put it bluntly. Because he's a nationalist. He's a populist. He's all for the American people. And he loves America, and they cannot stand it. Now, here's some other things to think about in addition to that. Infowars.com put out this report titled "String of Dead Russians Continue as Witnesses and Putin Critics Execute Typical Show Execution." Now, here's just a quick reminder, and this is kind of what Infowars report is on here, is that not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 Russian diplomats have been killed, murdered, some way, shape, or form, or had a heart attack. We all know of the heart attack gun, but needless to say, they have 5 are dead. But not only that, we also know that Putin's favorite chauffeur has been in a car accident as well. And now, to add a little more wool to the fire, if you will, key components of Putin and Western sponsors, supporters of Ukraine are winding up dead. Question that they ask in the report, is this Russian intelligence evening the score, or is it the CIA framing their adversaries? Well, I'll let you ponder that question specifically, but I find it all fishy that they're calling the left and Hillary and Obama are calling everyone and anyone in political opposition to them their enemy, and that they're Russian agents and they're Russian spies with no flippin' evidence whatsoever to have that. Remember propernaut.com? They had a list of over 200 names of websites that they said, oh, they're Russian agents, right? Bullcrap. Okay, I went to the website today. They've since shortened that a little bit now and dropped some people from the fire, if you will, but left some of the most biggest names on there on purpose. Why? To discredit. But here's the thing. They start with the big names and then they'll come after the little guy. This is not okay. We need solid evidence, not some dang report. They reference one report on each that says something good about Russia and says, that's your evidence. I can guarantee you that I can pick up Hillary Clinton and she said a lot of dang things good about China. Why don't you call her a China spy? Let me think about that for a moment. But it doesn't happen. But we have congressmen, in this case, Ted Lieu, L-I-E-U, calling for a total and complete shutdown of Donald Trump and his administration over the alleged Russian hacking, which still no evidence has come forth. In fact, we were even told that through Nunes that, well, Donald Trump, the stuff that they have wasn't specifically in regards to, well, any Russia dealing or Russia hacking the election. Interesting. I find that. Yet we have those on the far left calling for a complete shutdown, if you will, or far left in their mindset, needless to say. But there is so much to do and so much to think about at this point of what's really going on here. There's obviously an agenda. And anytime we have an agenda like this, we need to bring it to the forefront and let all eyes see, because we can't continue on this path of lying and corruption from those on the left, from governments and Democratic officials in our government. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. They're all one big fat party anymore, and they all work for each other. We need to break that bond. We need to break that tie, and we can't continue on that path. Just saying. But we need to get America back. We need to get our country back. Since when did we become the bad guy simply for loving America? Since when did we become the enemy for standing against corruption in our government? That's what kind of we were meant to do. But yet now, because we don't want a new world order, because we don't want a global government, just like you said, John McCain, we already had a new world order for 70 years, John McCain. Needless to say, I don't want your stinking order. Anyhow, if you like what you heard today, please hit that subscribe button and follow me on all your social media and share it all over the place, because this is the only way that the information is going to get out. With that, please make sure you're checking out my partners here, foodforliberty.com/haven. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to be prepared with food, water, fresh water, that is. They even have an organic bucket. But look, we need to have this stuff ready. I heard on InfoWars earlier today that they were even talking about, martial law, and everything is on the table. Now, will that go across the world, across America? No. It's city by city or whatever, however they want to do it, but they'll never call it martial law. It'll be bringing civil order or peace. Probably 90% they'll call it peacekeepers, because that's what they do. They take everything Affordable Care Act when it's really not affordable. They tell the opposite because they prey on the ignorance of the American people. So make sure you're prepped and ready to go with food storage. And also check out getthetea.com. He's got some amazing products on detox that I promise you will not regret. Best detox tea on the planet, in my opinion. Well, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven signing out.